Hi, everybody. Regina Roberti, founder of Life Transformation Solutions. I'm a certified health coach and a sleep specialist. And today I wanted to talk about the types of people that tend to be more prone to insomnia. So if you're somebody who works the late shift or the graveyard shift, you will tend to be more prone to insomnia because being up when the sun goes down and having to work through the night when you're supposed to be resting and healing can be really taxing on the body. I believe one of my instructors a while back said that graveyard shift workers tend to have high rates of heart attacks because, um, yeah, they might sleep throughout a certain portion of the day, but what happens is it knocks their circadian rhythm for a loop, and it puts a lot of pressure on the organs, on everything, because you're not really healing as well as you could be if you weren't working when your body's supposed to be resting. So that can be a problem. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily true for everybody, but people who are more prone to insomnia as far as shift workers go, it's because your circadian rhythm is off, your body's out of balance. People who have no sleep schedules. So people who just go to bed whenever, they don't wake up at any specific time, they don't go to sleep at any specific time, will tend to have a higher rate of insomnia because also, again, the circadian rhythm is off. If you're somebody where the sun goes down, let's say 8 p.m. at night, but you're not going to sleep until about 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, your circadian rhythm is also going to be off, and that is going to put more stress on your body. It's going to give it less time to heal properly. The body will tend to be more tired and more likely to build up anxious energy. So that's number two. Low income people who are working jobs that aren't paying them that much. A major cause of insomnia for this type of person would be stress and worry, right? Not knowing when the next paycheck is coming, if it's going to be enough to pay the bills, if it's not going to be enough to put food on the table, to take care of things that they need to. Um, you know, if things break down, it can add more stress to the household because they're already forming under what their average cost of living is. And so that might create a lot of anxiousness and depression, which can lead to irregular sleep cycles. So highly medicated community is another one that is more prone to insomnia. A lot of medications, side effects can be and are where the medication has like a side effect that it keeps you awake or it doesn't allow your hormones to do what they need to do. In a previous video, I talked about how serotonin is the precursor for melatonin, but also when serotonin is up, other hormones can be down. When serotonin is down, other hormones can be up. And so it can create an imbalance in your endocrine system. And so you can go find that video on YouTube. I think it's called What is Happening with My Hormones. And that'll explain like how those hormones interact and how when one thing is off, it can create issues in other areas. Highly medicated community, we're talking pain medications, anxiety medications, depression medications. A lot of these prescriptions actually can cause more harm than good, and insomnia can be one of the side effects of those medications. So it might not even just be one medication. If you're somebody who's on multiple ones, you might want to look and see what they tend to cross interact with and create other issues for the user. Have that talk with your doctor about possible interactions if you're dealing with insomnia and you want to make sure that that is not something that is happening with you so you can get back to resting again. People with a history of depression and other mental health conditions, for instance, as we just spoke about, anxiety, depression, bipolar, um, multiple personality disorder, schizophrenia, um, things aren't balanced when those things are happening in the body hormonally. And so that video that I just mentioned would be really important for you to check out, because not a lot of people are discussing what the hormones do, how hormones do, what they're responsible for, and how they interact while on medications. And so that's a really, it's informative enough for people who don't really understand medical jargon. So if you want a clearer picture, that is something that you can look up if you can understand it. If not, like I said, if you're seeing a psychologist, talk with them, because they should be well versed in medications, what the side effects are, what the cross interactions are, how they affect somebody long term, as far as studies go. So this is just a list of people who tend to be more prone to insomnia. Everybody is different. Sometimes medications help people and get them regulated. Other times it imbalances them and creates another host of issues that they weren't dealing with before they went on them. And let's see, sedentary people. What does sedentary mean? Sedentary means somebody who is not moving weekly, daily, not getting enough exercise. They're sitting around, they're not taking care of their body. They can tend to be more prone to insomnia because they're not getting out excess energy. They're not releasing that stress in a healthy way. When you're not outside, getting some physical fitness in, at least 30 minutes a day, a lot of that energy can store in the body. And then at nighttime, when you're supposed to be resting, it can create, that feeling of unrest, unsettledness, that you're not really able to just kind of like settle into your evening routine. There tends to be a lot of overthinking. You've got just all this energy built up inside of you, and so it can go up into your head and make you overthink. And so I think it's really important for people to get out there, exercise, get rid of that energy the way that you feel you can do it. So if it's just walking for 20, 30 minutes a day, then great. If you can get a gym membership or have somebody train you, or you can do fitness in your living room, because you have access to YouTube and they've got all kinds of videos online that you can do, HIIT videos, yoga, Pilates, just from the floor of your house, then great. Do something that makes you sweat, makes you, get breathless. You want to make sure that you're burning all that excess energy. So by the time the nighttime comes, and that should be done in the first half of the day, because by the time nighttime comes, your body will be ready to heal, it'll be ready to sleep, and you're more likely to fall asleep. And the final person who might be prone to insomnia are women, women who are doing it all. They are raising a family, they're managing household, and on top of it, they're working part-time, full-time. Even moms who are home all the time with their kids tend to have higher rates of stress and anxiety, especially if they're not practicing really good self-care and they're putting all their needs aside for the good of everybody else. By the time nighttime rolls around, the kids are in bed, there might still be some extra stuff to do around the house, preparing for the following day, things that they couldn't get done earlier. And so it's really hard for somebody who can't stop thinking or managing things to settle down at night. And so all of the worries and the angst about what's to come, what they need to do, what hasn't been done can build up over time. And it could make a person not be able to fall asleep. I know personally, if I have a long list of things in my head that I haven't done, I haven't written them down, I haven't been able to tackle them, my brain will keep going until I finally either get up and do something about it, or try some of my other methods that I've done, as far as like breathing deep, telling myself, like those things can wait, they're not really important, kind of settling my nervous system so that I'm not, panicking or going into overthinking mode. So if that has helped you, then great. If you know somebody who has been prone to or has insomnia, and this sounds like it might help them, please like, share, comment, ask questions. If there's anything that I can help you with, I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you. If you are struggling with sleeping and you want to see what your options are, I'm a great resource for that. And I also help many, many people who haven't been able to sleep for a long time get restful sleep pretty rapidly. Most of the time my clients get it overnight. There's only been a couple where it was like, it got easier and easier over time for them to sleep each night. They slept a little more, slept a little better, didn't have all the same symptoms that they were dealing with around not sleeping, going to sleep, staying asleep, etc. So you can find me on lifetransformationsolutions.com, on my product recommendation page, and also throughout my webpage. You can find ways to connect with me. Looking forward to talking with you. Have a great day, be well, and take care of yourself.